And here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. We have a special for you here now. At 4:30 in the afternoon, we are with the trainer of Anthony Yarde, the trainer, the manager. Master.
Yes, sir. Entrepreneur, genius. Keep it going.
Yes,
I'm listening.
Master Tunde. No,
Yes,
let me
sir.
say it properly. I like to say it properly. Baba Tunde Ajayi.
Yes, that's great. And if you want to be technical, let's say Oluwaseun.
All right, no, you ain't got me there. You lost me there. So I just got. I like the Baba Tunde. The rest, I got. You have. I'll take more time to work on that one.
Yeah, that's for the deep Nigerians.
That's right. Fantastic, brother. It's great to have you back in the show.
Yes, sir.
So, the last time we spoke, I think we were talking back and forth about the question that's always asked about Anthony Yarde and when's he going to step up. And I think you noticed that I was having a bit of a back and forth with somebody on Twitter.
Yeah, you fell for the bait, man. I'm gonna literally put up a Batman comic or something cover. Don't fall for the bait. You can't. Some people, the best way is like I've always maintained is just say everything is time, and then let's prove it. As time goes on, one thing about the truth will always be the truth, and lies will eventually fade away. So sometimes to change somebody's opinion, it's like barking up a dead tree, as my dad would say. So you just gotta prove it, and as I say, and I continue to say, as time goes on, you will see what I've been saying from the very start. Anthony Yarde is something special, or going to be something special in the sport of boxing. So let's wait and see.
So the first thing I would ask you about, you said on your Twitter, you said your Twitter field that you were going to release some names of some people who have been ducking you guys.
You're putting the words in my mouth. I said my exact words were, maybe I should start naming some names that would get a few tongues wagging. And I quote.
well then, maybe you should.
Well, listen. It's like I say, there are people saying that we're avoiding British contests, fights, and we don't want to fight no one in Britain. How can we call ourselves the British number ones if we fought no one in Britain? But the honest truth is, guys have called us out. We've accepted the challenge, and there's always an excuse. There's always an excuse when it comes to fighting Anthony Yarde. People say they want to fight Anthony Yarde in Britain, but when it boils down to it, when it comes time to step up, sign the contract, they go missing, or they come up with excuses. And Frank Warren told me years ago, I think he said there's two ways to get out of a fight. One of them was price. The one I remember clearly was price yourself out of the fight. Overprice yourself, and you won't get the fight. And that seems to be happening with Andy. People say they want to fight, and then it's like, and I'm telling you now, one guy from MGM, he tweeted, and then he tried to take the tweet off. He tweeted, he added Joe Sharif, and said, all right, come on, what about this? Do you fancy that? And then he took the tweet, and I said, let's fight. And he took the tweet off. And then, we were messaging each other, and he said, well, come on, you got to be sensible with the money. And I'm like, oh no, so hold on, the conversation has changed. First of all, it was take the fight, and now it's about, now you want more money. So you see, the pattern is the same. They come on social media, they say these things, and then when we ask for the fight, I mean, listen, all this money talk, you don't go from earning £1 a fight to $1 million a fight. It just don't work like that. So, if you want the fight, an offer's made by a promoter, and if you're so confident that you can win the fight, you take the fight. But you can't go from earning £1,000 in fights and then all of a sudden, because you see Anthony Yarde in a certain position, you think you're going to get 200 grand, 300 grand. It just, no. If you're confident, take the fight. So Joe Sharif is one. Ricky Summers.
I want to talk. Oh, let's go there about Ricky Summers.
Yeah, Ricky Summers.
Now, but Buatsi, that fight's not going to happen, I understand that. So why didn't you take the Ricky Summers fight?
Come, listen, September, let's have it. September, I don't know, the date ain't been announced yet, but, that's not my business. Thanks to promoter.
Yeah.
But you've got enough notice now. Let's fight.
So Ricky Summers, September time.
Yes.
Anthony Yarde's manager and trainer is saying, let's fight.
Well, already, no problem.
Lions in the camp.
You've turned us down twice already. You said you didn't have enough notice. By your own admissions, you said you never had enough notice. And now, you're just breaking news to me. I didn't know that fight wasn't going to happen. I was under the impression that the fight was going to happen.
Well, I heard it wasn't going to happen, and they were saying, well, okay, if Summers is not going to fight Buatsi, then why doesn't Yarde fight him?
Listen, it's bit. I don't have to follow any other fighter but Anthony Yarde, and I've made that.
Of course, we know that
many times. But I'm sure if you type in practically every name in the top 10, Anthony Yarde, Ricky Summers, Anthony Yarde, Joshua Buatsi, Anthony Yarde, Frank Bugaloni, Anthony Yarde, any name, you will see them come up. Anthony Yarde, Jose Byrne. Everybody calls Anthony Yarde's name. Everybody. We haven't called out nobody. But I'm telling you, Ricky Summers, Joe Sharif, Kurt Garvey. I'm giving you names now. I'm calling them. Ricky Summers. Hold on, let me just get my little book here, my black book. I told you about this black book.
Lions in the camp. Lions.
Ricky Summers, Kurt Garvey, Joe McIntyre, Frank Bugaloni, Joe Sharif. All of these names. See? But yet, you have people on social media saying that we don't want to fight the guys. Then it makes us look bad because we're not really responding. And I don't really feel the need to respond because, as I say, the box rankings has got us at number 1. So
okay. Can I stop you there? In media, there's an expression, if you don't respond, it means that you're guilty.
Well, hands up. Well, then that's just how it is. But my thing is this. Sometimes silence, or most times silence, is the best way to deal with it. Because, the fact of the sport of boxing is that there's a lot of things which the casual fans or boxing fans don't see. And, it's kind of like an unwritten code. We're not supposed to talk about that. And I don't mind maintaining that code.
Right.
I don't mind maintaining that code because if that's how it's always been done, who is Tunde Ajayi to change it? I could change it because I got a bit of a big mouth.
Timing is everything.
But I don't want to. I've got to respect the people that I've always respected. Frank Warren, I've always respected Frank. So I'm not gonna. If he says to me, look, just leave it. I'll leave it. I'll listen to a man that has backed me from the start, and that's just the honest truth. I'm just being honest. So no matter what people say about Frank, he's always supported me. He's always backed me, and I'm a loyal person. So unless, like I always say, unless you're being unloyal to me, you absolutely can turn your back, blindfold yourself, and know that I'm going to be loyal to you, because just how I will operate. So, but having said that, I've just given you some names of fighters. And if they say I'm lying, well, guess what? Here's your opportunity to respond. Send your manager, send an email. We ain't ducking and dodging none of those fighters. And I know what they're gonna say. So how comes you ducked Jose Byrne? How comes you ducked? Nobody never ducked no one. These guys who I'm talking about, they deserve a shot. Ricky Summers ain't been stopped. Kurt Garvey hasn't been stopped. Joe Sharif has not been stopped. Okay, Frank Bogaloni's been stopped. And I think Joe McIntyre's been stopped once. I think he's only lost one fight, or I think so. But as I say, these are British names that people know. You know, and if you want us to, because again, it is a step back. You can't deny that. No matter what, you can't get emotional about the situation. It is a step back. We're ranked number one in BoxRec, and there are a few people are upset with that. But please tell me who below Anthony Yarde has beaten. Remember this crucial word. Has beaten a fighter as credible as Nikolai Siplokov. Tell me one. I'm waiting.
You tell me. You're the stats man. You tell me with that black book.
The answer is none. Callum Johnson is about to fight Turviev in October. So then you can say, okay, he's fought somebody. I think Frank Bugaloni down at a lower weight fought. He lost against, I forgot the guy's name now, to be honest with you, but it was at a lower weight. But the fact is, in light heavyweight, tell me one light heavyweight in the UK below Anthony Yarde, because we're number one according to BoxRec, that has beaten, remember, I never said lost again, I said beat, that has beaten a guy as credible as Nikolai Siglokov. If you can tell me that, if you can give me one name of any British fighter that has done that, then I stand corrected.
In the light heavyweight division?
In the light heavyweight division in the UK. Tell me one fighter, and let me even circle even more. One active fighter. Okay, don't start bringing up Nathan Cleverly, because Nathan Cleverly is retired.
Well, just a question. Would you guys fight Nathan Cleverly?
Well, there was talk about that, but again, they was talking about that. So I mean, go and watch the what's the channel? My virgin Dirty Man.
Yes.
Voice. Go and watch the interview where I think it was when we was fighting Birani, and I said in that interview, you know, that if the Andre Ward fight up, or if the Andre Ward fight came, and we were felt that we were ready as a team, then it is what it is. But I said in that interview that one should be very careful about watching other opponents, because there was talk about Anthony Yarde facing Nathan Cleverly. Well, Nathan Cleverly just got stopped in his last fight and retired. So the focus is never an opponent for us. The focus is getting better every single fight, and let's see what presents itself in the future. And that's always been my motto and always been my focus. And, you know, Anthony's the same. There's no difference there. So we're not looking at anyone in particular, but I think the case what we're talking about now is Anthony fighting UK fighters. And as I say, it is a step back because we've got the ranking. You know, we've got the world ranking. But we're actually higher than Callum Johnson in the IBF ranking.
Okay, but Tunde, if you were to take a step back and at least beat up one of the British guys, that would shut some people up, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't think you're ever going to shut them up, because I just believe that our whole career is going to be like a carbon copy of a certain fighter's name.
Yeah, I know.
Which I read you talking about that on Twitter the other day.
Yeah, and it's true.
As we beat one, there's going to be another excuse. So it's just life. It's just the way it works. It's the way not only boxing, but the fan. Even me as a boxing fan, you always want to see some kind of competition, and that's what makes the sport great. So I'm under no illusion that when we fight and beat these guys in Britain, there will be another excuse. Oh, he was too big. Oh, he was coming off a defeat. Oh, Anthony, I was always going to win. Like, there's always going to be something. So.
Okay, here's how it goes.
But just to answer some questions as to why we haven't fought no British fighters. there you have it. I've given you 5 names, and the offer's still open. The offer's still open. We're ready to fight.
Okay. The question everyone's asking is, you're ranked number 1 in the WBO. Why aren't you fighting world-class fighters in the top 15? I didn't ask that question.
Say that again? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Okay. Question asked by MC Boxing Stars. You're ranked number 1 by the WBO. Why aren't you fighting world-ranked fighters in top 15?
Actually, I don't think we're ranked number 1. I think we're ranked number 2. Because if we were ranked number 1, I think we'll be mandated. There'll be a mandatory call. So I don't think we're ranked number 1. Secondly, if you look, Marcus Brown has been ranked. These guys are not fighting each other. These guys are Olympians. I keep saying to people that why is there such this rush for us to fight these guys? I didn't put any money. I didn't give the president of the WBO a brown envelope and said, install us at number 2. I didn't do that. You understand? But we were installed at number 2, and that's where we stand at the moment. But I cannot let a ranking dictate the pace of which we're gonna go. I won't. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm picking. Listen, if we went out and knocked Tony Avalon in 1 round, they would have said, "Oh, a bum." If we knocked out Sikloka in 1 round, they would have said he's a bum. If we knocked out Darius Sek in 1 round, they would have said he's a bum. But I picked these guys strategically because I knew they would give Anthony the rounds. So our last 2 fights have gone 7 rounds apiece. That's 14 rounds of experience, which is invaluable. It's invaluable for the time when we cross the bridge, when we fight these world-class guys. You want us to go up against people like Baturian, who were like 300 or 259 and 5 as an amateur, or Volstik, top amateurs, Olympian, or
Stevenson
or Kovalev. Like, come on! If the shoe was on the other foot, all right. Let's even break it down on a local level. If Joe Gallagher trained Callum Johnson, who had 12 amateur fights and 15 professional fights, would my good friend Joe Gallagher put Callum Johnson in with Anthony Yarde, who was a Commonwealth Games gold medalist, a Commonwealth champion, and a British champion at the same stage of his career?
Absolutely not.
Would Joe Gallagher put Callum Johnson in with Baturian? And Callum Johnson had only had 12 amateur fights and 15 professional fights.
Only if he was managed by a manager, A, who didn't want to manage him, B, who wanted to end the contract with him, or 3, just wanted to throw him under a bus.
So my response to these guys are, if the shoe was on the other foot, what do you think would happen? And that's it. There's the conversation, the argument is over. Because there's nobody on the planet Earth that would do it. Nobody.
No, I'll tell you those who've done it and come unstuck. The guys and I give the example over and over again, but they won't have it. I gave the O'Hara Davis story when he fought Josh Taylor. I gave the story of when
But guess what? I started and managed O'Hara's career.
Yes.
Now, me and O'Hara and our camp are friends. And O'Hara knows I would never have allowed him to take that fight. And I don't want to hear nothing about, oh yeah, it's good experience, because according to what I read, I don't hear no one talking about it was good experience. I hear them criticizing O'Hara.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're a bum, you're a quitter, you done this, you done that. You see? So you want to do that. That's you think you can pull that trick on me. You know. And if O'Hara was with me, that would not have happened.
Exactly.
It would not have happened. And O'Hara knows. I told everybody. Even when O'Hara we parted ways. I said, it's going to take a really good kid to beat O'Hara, because I know O'Hara. You understand? I know him inside out. I'm the one who turned him professional from the amateur scene. So I know him inside out. And I would have developed him to a point where, listen, I'm not in this game to lose. I'm not in this game to lose. So I'm not going to listen to some man sitting on his settee, drinking Tennant's, Stella, or Special Brew, telling me about, oh yeah, stick, Andy, why are you ducking this? Why are you ducking that? No, this is called management. I'm the manager and I am the trainer. So I have to manage my fighter and train my fighter in a particular way. And I say it again, when Sugar Ray Leonard was coming up, and Sugar Ray Leonard was a gold medalist, I remember vividly watching a video where Angelo Dundee said, my guy is not being rushed for no one. So if it's good enough for Angelo Dundee and Sugar Ray Leonard, so who is little Tunde Ajayi and Anthony Yarde that you must rush him into a world title fight after only 15 fights? No, he's going to continue to have the fights which is going to develop him, and then let's see where we are next year.
Why do you think they're rushing to try and get you in these big fights so quickly?
Because I've done it my way. It's as simple as that. I've done it my way. I done it my way. I done it my way. And I'm just going to be honest. I done it my way. I never had no backing or GB or a liver. I done it. I created a system of boxing, and Anthony Yarde believed in the system. And Anthony Yarde is a talented individual who I've just, the Chinese have a saying, no such thing as bad student, only bad teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason. It's not abracadabra. It's not pulling the wool over people's eyes and saying he's naturally talented. No. All right, if you're naturally talented, guess what? Come in the ring with Anthony Yarde and don't train and see what happens to your natural talent. The talent is developed, and it's developed under a system which I created. So I've turned a guy who was naturally gifted with certain attributes, and I've improved them under a certain teaching. It's the same thing why you send a child to Cambridge University, to Oxford, to get the best education from the best teachers. And talented children go to those schools or university. So nobody's going to move me out of the way and say, oh, Andy Yarde is just talented. Of course he's talented. Well, guess what? Tunde Ajayi is talented as well. So we're a team. We're inseparable, and the journey is just beginning. And I'm happy, and we're just working. We're just working. So, it's like I say, the people who say things like this and negative things, negative comments, are like the gum underneath my shoe. They're so small and insignificant that you just take your hand, go underneath your shoe, and then just throw the bubble gum away. I'm not listening. And that's just how it is. So I say I'm always willing to answer questions. I will never shy away from that, because people need to know. People need to know. It's not a case of we're not scared of nobody. We ain't ducking or dodging no one.
One name that wasn't mentioned, people mentioned. You mentioned all those other names, but the name Waxy wasn't mentioned.
Why would I even mention it? I keep saying that. Listen, I'm just talking to you, my YouTube feed come up, and I've just seen it in Anthony. I'm not even looking at the page. I just see Anthony Yarde's name again. So obviously he's just done an interview. Again, you've had 6 fights. But what is it? Why is everybody calling us that? And you know what I'm saying? All these guys are going to get it. They're all going to get it. But actually, I'm saving their career. Because once you step in the ring with us, you're going to realize it's not as easy as you think it is going to be. So Joshua Boachi, I've said it over and over again, he seems to me like a very respectful young fighter. But I say it, and I say it to him, to his face. Don't fall for that bait. Because Anthony Yarde is something special. And yes, I know you want to test your skills. You want to go up against the best, but everything is timing. And you will get what you want if you keep winning impressively and the fight builds up. You know, we're not going to do Isaac Chamberlain and
Coley
and a Coley and mess up your career. And then listen to people before the fight saying, "Oh, a loss doesn't mean nothing." Well, it obviously does, because I don't think Isaac's full since.
okay.
And his stock's gone right now. because Lawrence's stock has gone up. But that's what happens when two guys fight and one has got the amateur pedigree and the backing and another one is coming from the bottom, which is where Isaac was. Isaac, so it's going to be harder for Isaac to rebuild than it would have been if Lawrence is, because he's got the backing.
Absolutely.
And we are in that situation. We've come from nothing. But the difference between us is that you ain't going to make us play that tune. I'm not playing Tunde Ajayi. Listen to me. Let's put Frank Warren and Anthony Yarde out of the way for 1 second. Tunde Ajayi is not playing nobody's tune other than his own.
And that's the manager and trainer of Anthony Yarde.
I'm not playing, not because I say it over and over again. Anthony Yarde is a young man who's entrusted me to manage and train his career. And I believe I'm doing a good job. Because if I wasn't, then we wouldn't all be talking about him. Every fighter in the country and near enough the world would not have the name of Anthony Yarde's name on their lips. If I wasn't doing what I'm supposed to do, that wouldn't be the case. So it's obvious I'm doing something right. And that doesn't come from an egotistical standpoint or a boastful standpoint. I'm just not built like that. But what I am built as is someone who believes in himself. And that belief has got me where I am today. And it's got, I believe that I'm doing a good job and I'm going to keep doing the job I'm employed by Anthony to do.
So, okay, this next bout that comes in September, I know Frankie Boy said at the end of the year, there's some title of some sort that it'll be a major title we're fighting for at the end of the year.
Yes.
So what are we going to see? Is it going to be another Eastern European, or are we going to see a British fighter?
I don't know. Well, I've told you. Listen, there's 5 names there. If you're really a British guy, step up. And again, you know what? Sometimes I'm answering these questions. Jose Burton again is being very vocal. Who have you fought? The one name you fought, you got knocked out, and the person who knocked him out is your gym mate, who you claim you are the number one in that gym at that weight. So what does that say about you? If your gym mate, who you dominate in sparring, knocked out the guy in one round that you got knocked out by, what validates you getting a contest with us? Please tell me. You have to explain these things to me, because I'm just like, I don't get it. If you can come up with a valid reason, who is he fighting? Who is he fought in his last 3 fights? Who ranked has he ever fought?
Jose Burton we're talking about.
Yes. No, but you've got a listening audience. Tell me, the same people criticizing me, you answer some of my questions. Tell me who he's fought. He was supposed to fight the other day again. The fight, he never fought. Why isn't he fighting? Who are you going to fight? When are you going to fight? As I said, Jake Paul's there. Boassi's there. No, that's what I'm saying. Boassi should be talking about these guys before you talk about us. Why isn't Boassi talking about Jose Burton? Why isn't Boassi talking about Jake Paul? Why isn't Boassi talking about Callum Johnson? Why? Why Anthony Yarde? Why? Why? Please tell me. Explain to me. I want to know why.
Money?
Why?
Money?
What's money?
A fight between Yarde and himself.
Oh, what, you're saying that he obviously will get more money fighting us?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. But what I'm trying to say is that you have to have a bit of passion in the sport. So, and you have to prove yourself. Everybody wants money. I've not met a human being yet. And if there was a human being that don't want money, that's not my friend. So money is definitely a good reason, but it's a career, not a kamikaze. And so why would you want to make that gamble after only 6 fights? I just don't understand. Other than you're not confident in your own ability and you want to rush.
Now we have somebody in the room here that's saying that the reason why Yarde has done so well so far is because he's fought guys with low KO ratios. So they've gone and analysed. Roman Devil says Sokolaka got 28% knockout ratio. Volant got 13% knockout ratio. And Sek had 28% knockout ratio.
Okay.
So he's saying that the guys that Yarde has fought so far have been low knockout artists.
I hear that point.
Okay.
But please tell me, the people that you want us to fight in the UK, what is the percentage of the opponents what they fought? And you will find, not only is it a lower percentage, you will find that the caliber is no way near the caliber of someone like Sokolaka. Again, I tried to move everybody to the Fight Hype interview, and even the comments on the YouTube page, I actually took a snapshot of the comments, which the interpreter at the it was interpreter for Sokolaka at the press conference. And although I haven't got it on me now, I've got that kind of snapshot memory. He said there is no way Yarde could win this fight. Sokolaka, Nicola, got a bronze in the world game, has been in with world champions, only 2 defeats. This is the interpreter for Sokolaka. Sokolaka himself said, this is way too early for Anthony Yarde. Way too early. So please, you have to say to me who in Britain has any kind of validation that you can say, all right, he's even near to somebody of that caliber. That's why I keep saying that it's a step back, because we've took the gamble. And I took a gamble early on, and to me it wasn't a gamble because I'm the trainer and the manager, so I have 360 view. I just thought that it was the right fight at that time. But according to those in boxing, they thought this was a very, very dangerous fight. And I haven't seen nobody take that. And if we are fighting nobodies, why do not these people why hasn't Hosea Burton fought anybody of that caliber? Why hasn't BWTM fought anybody? Why hasn't Burton fought any of that caliber? Why hasn't Bugloni fought anyone of that caliber? Nobody who they're asking us to fight in Britain have fought anybody of that caliber. Next question.
Now, next question to ask. They're saying here, Burton has a 46 KO ratio. Buglioni is 67%.
Against who?
Good question.
Against who? Listen, if you look at Anthony's fight, I think he's had about 7 first-round knockouts, like 4 or 5 second-round knockouts.
Yep.
And if you wanted to, you can say who. Now, if I wanted to, I could have kept that first-round, second-round KO ratio going. It would have made our ratio go higher, but it's not. Just because you're not a devastating puncher, that doesn't mean you're not a world-class fighter. And vice versa. You can be a puncher at a lower caliber. I remember watching some Ricky Hatton fights, and you got guys coming in 20 fights, 20 KOs. And when you see them fight, you think, how did this guy even get passed by the board?
Okay. Question. People are saying that you're ignoring the fact that Sokolaka was almost 40 years old, a career super middleweight.
Yeah. Let me stop you right there. How old is Stevenson?
40 plus.
Thank you very much. Again, next question.
Then they said he can't. And then they said hold on. They say Sokolaka can't punch through cobwebs and has never beaten anybody.
All right, who have they beaten? The person who said that, who have you beaten? Do you know how hard it is to go into a boxing ring and fight against world-class fighters? To Clocker, hold on, let me get the guy's record now. Because I can't remember because it's gone to me.
By the way, people coming in the room now. He's just called out.
Clocker, all right. Let me just make one name. Clocker fought Arthur Abraham. Is Arthur Abraham a puncher?
Yes.
Is he a world-class puncher?
Yes.
How comes he never stops the Clocker?
At middleweight, he was a world-class puncher. At super middleweight.
How comes Anthony Yarde with 12 amateur fights stops the Clocker? So again, sometimes you can't punch, but you have great resistance. Which, if you are not a world-class fighter and you're fighting someone with great resistance, what happens is they take what you got and then they stop you down the stretch. This is boxing. This is history. This is the sport. This is heritage. This is the sport that I love. So unless you are a factual person and really know about the sport of boxing, you can't just come up with, you sound like a computer program. Oh, who's he punched? Oh, who's he fought? You ain't got no one. The guy got punched. It's just like a program. It's so predictable. And that's why I'm trying to say that these questions are just repeated programs. They actually hold no water. But if you want me to get on this world famous channel and answer the questions, I will. I will. But it really, you just, as I say, I don't get it. Anthony Yarde is a respectful human being, never badmouth no one in the sport of boxing. And you have someone that can actually represent the sport of boxing as a whole and the UK on another level. This guy's a role model.
So let's bring this back now. The 5 names that you called out and said you're ready. The 5 names.
Kurt Garvey,
1.
Joe McIntyre, 2. Joe Sharif, 3. Ricky Summers, 4. Frank Bugaloni, 5. That's 5. There's 5 of the best. So, but you wanna know what's gonna happen?
What's gonna happen?
You ain't paying us enough. So hold on, but you said you want to fight us.
So wait, people will notice you didn't mention Jose Burton in that list.
Why? We've crossed that bridge. We've crossed that bridge. We've crossed Jose Burton bridge. We've crossed that bridge. The guy ain't fought no one. The guy got knocked out. The guy, listen, fight the guys who are coming up. Fight. Go back and fight a Jake Paul. Let me tell you something. Joe Gallagher is a very smart man who loves the sport of boxing, who studies the sport of boxing. If you go and look at Callum Johnson's career, go and look at who Callum Johnson has fought before Frank Bugaloni. Eastern European. He went the distance. Callum Johnson went the distance with Iliev. Anthony Yarde almost, I don't like to say this because go and watch Anthony Yarde against Iliev. Just go and watch that fight. For those listening on air, go and watch Anthony Yarde. It was one of the most brutal knockouts in the boxing. Not this year. It was one of the most brutal knockouts. It's one of the few times I've seen Andy get really angry. and you went points with him. They went points with him. So again, no matter how you cut it, slice it, or dice it, we are proving it fight by fight. And what you're actually seeing is, although some people may have case and say that we're not fighting no one, which is actually not the case, if you look at the records and the experience, we are fighting people. You will see that Anthony is getting better in every fight. And that's the major difference. You can fight so-called nobodies and be stagnant. But go and look from fight 1 to fight 16, and you will see an improvement from fight 1 to fight 16. And guess what, Ingram?
Yes.
The improvement is going to keep going on and on and on and on because we have a system.
Okay. All right. So we're going to wrap this little bit up here. 5 fighters. You've called out that you were prepared to fight. Now you're ready to fight those 5 British fighters. September.
Let's have it.
September. So Buglioni, September.
Yeah.
Kurt Garvey, September.
Yeah.
Who else? Ricky Summers, September. McIntyre, September. And Sharif, September. Those 5 fighters, British fighters. You've heard it here, exclusive. Tunde Ajayi's called that 5 British fighters. So let's put that to one side. Now.
Let me say, it's not called out. We've offered them the fight.
Okay.
That's where it was. Not a call out. We've offered them, and I just want people to know that we've offered the fight.
You've offered those guys
we've offered them
for September.
We've offered them. We've offered them before September. Before September. So that's what I'm trying to say. So I just laugh when people say we don't want to fight no British guy. You understand? We offered them, and now all of a sudden, they want to fight us, but now you want to fight us for X amount of money.
You've already got one of the people coming out saying, oh, now you want to fight Buglioni because you got dust snapping around.
Well, that's not true. That's not true, because if you look, if you go back and watch the IFL interview, you will hear me say Frank Buglioni was never in our sight. He's trained by my best friend in boxing. But it seems to me this guy continues to call our name out. So guess what? Let's put friendship aside and let's have it.
Okay.
So again, if people are gonna come on your station and fabricate lies, then I've got something to say about it. Because it's lies. Frank Buglioni put us on his Instagram. We've never put a picture of Frank Buglioni on our Instagram, neither me or Anthony. He put a picture. Then he put up a wish list. And every fight he fought, we went down a number. Every fight we fought, we went down a number. Then he fought, let's fight Callum Johnson. Then he got knocked out. So there was never any running away. It was just that, listen, there's not many, how can I put it? Don Charles is someone that helps me in the embryonic stages, and I helped him in the embryonic stages, and it's kind of like personal, isn't it? It's like Peterson v Errol Spence.
Yeah.
Two trainers that know each other, they come up together, and then their 2 boys are fighting them.
Yeah.
And that's never something that really I want to cross that bridge. But if you keep on calling us out and we're saying nothing, it's going to come a stage where we say, you know what, boom, it's a road thing. Sorry, I'm not talking like that.
You can talk that way. I prefer you talk that way.
I forgot what I was for a minute. I'm like, come on, let's have a fisticuff and let's fight. So I still think there's interest there. There's still interest there. I think people still want to see it. So listen, we're there. We ain't ducking or dodging no fighters in Britain. And as I say, people have to understand that it gets to a point where fighters get to a particular position in their career, and then although people are calling out people want to be paid. They want certain, and that's what I'm trying to say. Ricky Summers has gone on camera before. That's why I'm like, when I heard that he's fighting Boassi, I'm like, what's going on? This is madness. This guy has said he don't want to fight us. Then it was like, we ain't got enough time. Then it was like, I want more money. And then it's like, you're fighting Boassi. And I know you was not going to get more money fighting Boassi than you was going to get fighting us. I know it.
Right. Let's move on. Forget all that stuff. Let's talk about something else now.
Yes.
Right. Now you have some interesting news for us, some exclusive news on BWTM for us.
Well, you are actually the first, because I'm about to, what's this? Yeah, I'm about to announce it on my social medias, but, we're friends. We're friends. And listen, you've got your own listeners. And I respect it. And again, I'm always going to support guys that are unseen to some respect, and they're coming up through the game. It's just the way I am. I just believe in helping the grassroots develop, and people don't see you when you're grinding. People only see you when you're at the top.
Absolutely.
And then that's when they want to shoot you down.
Mm-hmm.
But we come from nothing. We came from nothing, and you ain't shooting down nothing. We're gonna keep rising. We're gonna keep rising.
Lions in the
camp. Lions in the camp. So I don't mind giving you the exclusive. And it is what it is. It is what it is. So I guess you're waiting for me anyway.
Yeah. Drum roll. One more. Lions in the camp. Now you can say it.
Lions in the camp. Well, listen. I've made no bones about it. For 20 years in this sport, I've banged the drum on about I've created a system of boxing which is an addition to our sport. It's an addition to our sport. And I really want people to understand that part. It's an addition. I'm not trying to say that I'm trying to revolutionize the sport by totally eradicating the way that it's been taught for centuries. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that I believe that I've created a system that goes far beyond boxing. It actually goes in dealing with the mental health, concentration, aiding motor neuron diseases. I just believe that's what my system does. I believe it with all my heart. And it's always been, and people close to me, I mean, it's very emotional for me because people close to me know that I'm a giver. And that's why I feel that I will never let nobody take what I've earned for. You ain't taking it. Because I gave my whole life to the sport of boxing. And my life ain't finished yet. So that means there's a lot more years I'm going to be given to this sport of boxing, which is going to benefit the whole. And that's what we all have to remember. When we put everything aside about my fighter's better than your fighter, the people that really love the sport only want to see the sport grow.
Absolutely.
We want boxing back on the front pages, because boxing helps a lot of people, not only in boxing, but outside boxing. And I just feel that I was blessed. I was blessed to create something, and I don't know where it came from. That's just the honest truth. I don't know how I sat down for hours and just hand wrote combination after combination after combination. I've done it, and I don't know when I read all my material today, I just still cannot. I was like, where did this come from? I just don't know. I just can't explain it, but it was done. So my thing was, how am I gonna let the world see this? And I'm happy to announce that this morning, Apple stores, after 2 years and over 15 attempts of trying to get this through Apple's stores on the app. I'm not, as you have to forgive my language. I'm not a technological guy.
Yeah. Okay.
The app has now been approved, and so now all those in the country, especially the country of my parents, Nigeria, 196 million people, those who have great talent but don't have a system of boxing. Those in Mexico, those in Japan, those across the whole diaspora of the planet Earth can now download System 9 Boxing, an app created by me but designed by a tech entrepreneur called Matt Groves of Intelligent Digital. We created it, Ingram, and it's available now. So gone are the days when people are sitting in little amateur clubs criticizing Tunde Ajayi and this pad work, what he's doing. It really doesn't matter what you say, because the app is out there for the whole planet, and people at home, in the schools, in the colleges, young children and their parents, mothers and daughters, sons and fathers, they can download the app and practice combination at home. You don't need to go. So all those people that message me every day, Tunde, I really want me to train you. I really want me to train you. I'm like, I can't be, I'm one man. I can't train everybody. But now you actually have an app which you can download and listen to my voice. Saying jab, left hook, uppercut. And you can practice with whoever. Whether that's in the boxing clubs, the martial art clubs, the UFC clubs, whatever and wherever it's available. And I'm just so happy. I'm proud of myself. I don't ever look for, I never look on the outside for validation. I always want to be happy with the work that I've done. Although people may say, well done, Tunde, I'm about self-belief, and I believe in myself, and I believed in this. And Matt Groves, I will be, I might be going on here, but I'll be forever indebted to a man who bumped into me at a gymnasium, the Peacock Gym in London. His wife was training with a martial arts guy, and this guy was seeing me every single day when he was coming in on a running machine. And one day he said to me, he saw the pad work I was doing, and he's like, would you train me? And I'm like, well, to be honest with you, the only person I train is Anthony Yarde. But there was something that I felt, I don't know why. I just said, okay, let's do it. So he used to see me coming in every day with a plastic Sainsbury's bag full of these handwritten material. It turns out that this man who asked me to train him is a tech genius.
Wow.
And this is, I want you to understand something, Imran. This is story of dream. This is dreamland. And this is why I coined the phrase, dream it, believe it, become it.
Mm-hmm.
He said to me, this needs to be in the world. He said, your story needs to be told in the world.
The thing is, you could have made up so many excuses about any or your circumstances, your situation, but you didn't. You didn't make excuses like many people do.
I always tell people that come from, because I'm just being real. I'm going to talk how I talk. I come from the end. I come from the road. I come from a place where people don't have no hope. People kill each other and stab each other and shoot each other as a means of getting out and bettering their lives.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I come from. My dad was a chartered accountant who had to bring up a child on his own in that environment. But he made me think bigger than the environment. But as we know, people has always said to me, you need money. And I'm like, no, you don't need money. You need the thought in your head. And then what will happen is you will attract good people who will see your struggle. And that's exactly what happened. And serendipity, faith, whatever you want to call it, it happened. And here we are now in 2018, in the month of my birthday. In the month of my birthday, my contribution to the sport of boxing is global. And that's big.
Well, it must be a really big month, because my birthday's tomorrow. Your birthday was a few days ago. Your app's launched, and the same month BWTM is going back online.
And not only that, I will be in this month's boxing monthly.
Good man. It's a big month for us, July.
It's a big month for us, and I'm just happy that because I have a lot of parents that come up to me and say, their child is that. But this is actually an opportunity for parents to engage with their children because not everybody's got money. Not everybody's got money to pay £5 a session or £10 a session in boxing clubs. That's just the reality of it. But for £10, you can download a year's set of combinations for £10. Now, let me tell you something. To even master 2 months of that, you're going to be spending a lot of time with your children. And that's what it's about. It's about spending quality time, the best time with your children. And for those that are professional boxers, amateur boxers, try it. Take a cup of tea, relax, and then try it.
So this app that you've got, Tunde, is this app, is it like Do you get video? Is it visual?
Yeah, it's combinations.
Yes.
It's a system of combinations.
Yes.
Which you work through as time goes, because you gotta understand for me. It's gonna grow. There's gonna be video tutorials, monthly updates. Information on the Anthony Yarde fight, Bilal Ali, the whole stamina for soul thing. There's gonna be articles on there. But if I say to someone pull right hand, the average person won't know what I'm talking about, which is why we will have video tutorials to explain the sport of boxing, how you throw a left hook, in my opinion, how you throw a straight right hand, a cross, all the names which boxing people are familiar with, but the average person on the street may not be familiar with. They'll be able to now see it. They'll be able to see it visually. But before they see it visually, they can hear it. So some people will just know what we're talking about when they hear me say double jab, right hand, step, left hook, right hand, or left hook, right uppercut, left uppercut. They'll be able to know where it is. But as I say, for others, they need more of that video tutorial, and we'll be doing that as the weeks and months pass by. So it's really it's an enormous thing, And as I say, I'm due on the national sports channel in Nigeria to talk about the app shortly. So you're actually getting it before them. You're getting it before the social tweets which I'm about to put out.
Wow.
And it's massive. It's massive.
You see, the thing is, real boxing people who are really in the sport of boxing,
yes,
that are not bots or everything is hateful. Let's talk about the real boxing people, the people who really have a passion about the sport, the people who participate in the sport, the people who want to do something constructively in the sport. This is really great for them.
Listen, it's never been. Listen, again. I think sometimes, like, I'm not calling no names, but sometimes people can demonstrate something, but it's like the road. It's like our parents in the inner cities telling us, go to school, get an education, books. And then a child looks at his parents. The parents ain't got no new trainers. The parents ain't got no Rolls Royce. The parents, we ain't bringing us up in no house. So it's not real to them. Although the parent, in all honesty, is telling their children, this is the way to go. This is the way to go to a future. Because they haven't seen the results, it's not believable to them. And that's what it is. So what we have here is a trainer who's developed a system, who has a fighter and fighters who have come under the system. O'Hara Davis was under the system. Daniel Dubois was under the system. Craig Richard was under the system. Kevin Mitchell was under the system. Harry Simons was under the system. Danny Williams was under the system. And the list goes on and on and on and on. But now, for the first time, I'm bringing this system to the world from a technological standpoint. Something I know nothing about, but I hooked up with Intelligent Digital and Matt Groves, and they brought my dream to a new age reality.
Fantastic.
And I'm over the moon would be an understatement. And it kind of like, I'm here to watch other people fulfill their dreams. Anthony Yarde had his own dreams. Bilal Ali's got his own dreams. And the people around me, they got their own dreams. Reese Grant, who's an aspiring boxer, he came to me. Now he's a catwalk model, a GQ model. All these boys, I love seeing others fulfill their dreams. But guess what? Tunde Ajayi has a dream. And I told everyone that was close to me, this will happen. And I've been saying it for 20 years. And in the year 2018, 20 years later,
it happens. So, okay, so if you wanted me to tag this video and title this video, what would you call it? This
interview we're having?
Yes. What would you call it?
I'll be honest with you, I'm not really too sure, because the interview was to ask certain questions about fighters.
Yeah.
But then we've put in the app, and we put an app which I'm gonna make an announcement about anyway, hopefully in the next I've given people a little taste. I said I've got some news coming up, which you have got the news before me.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Well, I think maybe something. Tunde, what's the app called, by the way? Can you remind me what the app's called?
System 9 Boxing. So you can download the app System 9 Boxing on Apple stores.
Yep.
And you can go onto system9boxing.com.
System 9. Okay.
So the system and then the actual number 9. If you look on my logo,
yep, System 9.
My limited company, you see the number 9 and you see Stamina for Soul. So 9 is a big number for me. 9 is the number of years it took me to write the system. It took me 9 years to write this system. This never came overnight, and
fantastic.
The 9 is very symbolic for me, and it's it. I mean, there's nothing really I can say other than it's one of my dreams that has become a reality.
I'm inspired. We'll launch this hopefully either tomorrow or early next week. We'll be launching, and I'm just as inspired as you.
Absolutely, dream it, believe it, become it. Now let's get back to really, yeah. But yeah, fighting is it. But what helps. If we can, for me, it's always been about uplifting people.
Of course.
And I just believe that boxing, in some ways, has a lot of negativity attached to it. You can speak to most parents, and they'll say, "I don't want my child to be a boxer." That's the kind of image that boxing has. But I just feel that this app goes a long way into highlighting the positivity and the positiveness that boxing can have and the impact it can have on not only participants of the sport, but those on the outside of the sport. We're talking about child and parent bonding. We're talking about people with motor disabilities, improving it. And that's a big statement because it can be said, where's the scientific proof to prove that? But the scientific proof is the app. That's the scientific proof. The scientific proof is the app. And the way to test the science is to repeat the combinations over and over again. And I believe, again, a massive statement, I believe it goes a long way into improving the motor skills of people who have disabilities.
Wow.
And that's, it's what I've had in my head for over 20 years because I knew I had something that was unlike anything else. And, people have said to me, people close to me have said, because, look, let's get it real. This is a business. It's a living. People want to earn, just like a doctor goes to university to qualify to feed his children, to feed his family. Yep. It's a business. It's a business. But the reason why I believe, and a message I will always give to my community, to my family, is that think bigger than money. Think bigger than money. Think about the effect it will have on humanity. And that's where it is.
Yes.
So put the business aside for 1 second and let's see how this can affect the kids. Something's got to be done. It may not stop all the killings or shootings that's going on in our community. It may not stop it. And the honest truth is it won't stop it. But if it can take a number of children away from that environment till they start practicing, because remember, it's to do with the brain. So it will improve them in every aspect. I've had footballers who, and agents can back me up. They were in the reserve football team struggling to get into the reserves. These footballers who are not calling their name came and trained with me. Within the space of 3 weeks, they were back in the first team. They were back in the first team, doing the system that I created, which has nothing to do with football, but it has everything to do with the mind and the working of the mind and how the mind is connected to the body. So now you're hearing a different side of Tunde Ajayi, the kind of analytical side. and the side that is very studious. And I take that into my boxing. But it's just my gift, my personal gift, to trying to see a world for everybody.
That's beautiful.
I know that might be a bit softy and pinky for
no, it's not. It is what it is.
The hardcore boxing fans, you just want to see Anthony Yarde in a fight.
Yeah.
But I think bigger than that.
Of course.
Bigger than that. And I'm so happy that, you know, I'll get a chance to. And you know, there's a lot of hate in the world. There's a lot of hate in the world, and I think that if you can bring people together, or try to bring people together by using the sport of boxing as a tool, and in a non-combatant way. See, that's the key, is non-combatant. So you're actually learning concentration skills without actually punching someone in the face. So you get your gloves, you get your pads, but guess what? If you come from an area where I come from, sometimes you might not even have gloves and pads. Sometimes you might just have pillow and socks.
That's it.
You put the socks on your hand.
Yep. You get the pillows up and work the pillows.
The pillows and the pads and the socks and the gloves. That's real.
That's it. That's it.
That's real. So I can't. The smile is from ear to ear.
Tunde, we at BWTM are proud of you, and keep rising. Do you have any final? Oh yeah, just to close it, let's wrap everything up. Now, Frank Warren said at the end of the year you're going to be fighting for a major title. Have you got anything more on that for us?
Well, not really. I mean, listen, Frank's a promoter. I'm never gonna second guess Frank Warren, because he's been doing it too long.
Okay.
And if Frank Warren says something, he's got something on the table, then who am I to say nothing? We'll look at it. What I can tell you is that we'll look at it and we'll see what happens. But I think Frank is wise enough. I'm not going to use age because he might get offended.
Yeah.
But I think he's wise enough and long enough in the sport of boxing to know what he's doing.
Yeah.
And listen to the words carefully. He's produced more long reigning champions than any British promoter. Not win a world title and lose it in your next fight. Anyone can do that. That's not developing a fighter. You know, so I'm just happy that myself, Anthony, and Frank Warren, we're all on the same page. We all are aware that Anthony is still learning his craft. And but we are also aware of our ranking. But we will not let, or I will not let, from a managerial standpoint, I will not let a ranking dictate my career, because guess what? Tyson Fury has been installed as number 7 from what I hear in the WBC.
Yes.
And people are making noise about that. But I don't think it was Tyson Fury who said install me number 7, because I'm sure he's aware that he has still, and he said it, it's a process.
Yep.
He's been out of the ring for a long time, and you know, and he's battled in the battle mental health.
Yep.
So the rankings do not always reflect the current situation. That's the point I'm getting at, and that's not a case of ducking. There ain't nothing to do with ducking. I just want to. I mean, it's something that's going to be said, because again, it's a boxing program, and that's what I call it. It's a program where you have a certain group of people using this type of language.
Yeah.
You know, ducking. He ducked this, he ducked that. No, it's called strategy. It's called strategy. And it's called everything is timing. And it's called lions in the camp.
Lions! Lions!
and you know, as boxing fans, we will get it. We will get it, but it's patient. We won't be rushed, or I won't be rushed for no one. I don't think Frank Warren is going to be rushed for no one. Anthony Yarde certainly is not going to be rushed for anyone, because Anthony is a young man who's ready to fight. And let's not get that twisted. Anthony Yarde, he is a fighter through and through. And oftentimes Anthony's like, oh, come man, let's just bruck up this brother. And I'm like, Ant, relax. You have not even touched the surface of your talent.
Tell him to go and have a cup of tea.
Yes. Anthony Yarde is going to get better. He's not even touched the surface of his talent. And if we are performing like this after only 28 fights in his whole career. What is he going to be like after 55? And the 28 fights means amateur and professional.
Yep.
So just comprehend that. All these people saying these things, just comprehend that. We talk about Josh Taylor just beating Pistol. I don't know, how many fights does Josh Taylor have now?
13, 14 fights.
Josh Taylor? Okay,
yeah.
So 30, 45. But guess what? How many amateur fights did he have?
Tremendous amount.
Exactly. So that is the crux of the whole discussion. And it's gonna be a discussion until we're ready to make the step up.
Absolutely.
When we're ready to make the step up, there will be no excuses. And that's what people have to understand. When we're ready to make the step up, there will be no
step up.
We won't say this happened because we didn't have the experience, or we weren't ready. We listened to certain people that was behind a keyboard saying fight this. It will be we were ready at this particular time, and there's no excuses.
Absolutely.
When we're ready to strap up, put on the gloves, gum shield in, lions in the camp, and you know what it is? It's win, win, win.
Final point. The trainer, the video. You know the trainer who was the boxing coach who was talking about Anthony Yarde?
Yes, my friend. I've made that brother viral. That guy is famous, man. That guy is famous. But what do you ask me about him? So I'll be honest with you. I've had so much direct messages about this video. I didn't realize it was going to cause such. I didn't realize, because I'm like, the guy's a trainer. You know, I've never heard of him. But now I understand that he's an ex-boxer or something. His name is Pat Lewis.
Okay.
I'd like to shake his hand because I find it very funny.
I like the footwork.
And the footwork is serious. But bigger than that, he needs to cream his foot. He needs to You can't be training man with dry foot and kung fu Adidas. You can't be doing it. It just don't look good. It don't tick the boxes. So my version Pat Lewis from hold on, let me just read this thing, because a guy sent me a thing. It's on Facebook. His name is Pat Lewis. Hold on, wait. Let's go to this. Because we gotta set the record straight. Pat Lewis, from Cheltenham.
Yes.
Down gym in Cheltenham. He's my friend. Listen, man, he's my bro. That's my brother there. And he's got, listen, me, I don't laugh at people like that.
Yeah.
Because even in mockery,
yeah,
there could be something to learn.
Of course.
So maybe he's seen something. Maybe he's seeing something in us, which he can pick up the phone to me, message me on Facebook, Instagram, and give me some advice. But the real thing what made me laugh is that he said that Anthony Yarde is the best middleweight in England. I couldn't stop laughing. And I'm telling you, I was laughing for 24 hours non-stop. Actually, the morning after the person sent me the video, I woke up laughing. Because it's just funny. The footwork, and the new word is scum.
Scum.
Scum. If you don't know that word, get to know. Scum. Be faster. That's what he said. Scum, and in draw. In draw. These are now become famous.
Legendary words
In every gym up and down the and scum. yeah, but big up my brother Pat Lewis from Battle Down Gym in Cheltenham. I love your vibe, I love your energy, and he's obviously a person who, I was gonna actually put out a public statement, but there was so much laughing going on my page. I'm like, I can't even be serious right now. I can't even be serious.
That man needs a personal interview. He needs to be interviewed.
He needs it. Pat, my Bridget. Check my Bridget Ingram. He will hook you up and
yeah. Let's get him. Let's get scum. Let's find out what scum's all about.
And what in draw. And the footwork.
And the footwork.
And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwork. And the footwor Listen, the footwork. We were trying it in the gym today. Everybody was practicing. Me, Anthony Yarde, Coach Ali, Bilal. We was trying that footwork because it was so exclusive. Man saying that he's a Latino fighter. People saying he's trained with the Cubans and that.
Hey, you want to be careful? He might put you out of business, you know.
Listen, I'm telling you, man, the guy is something else, man. Listen, man, I'm telling you, man, this is what I'm trying to say about our sport of boxing.
Yeah.
It's got so many characters.
It has.
You know, and when all said and done, you know, when we get past the seriousness of the sport,
yes,
because let's not get it wrong, it's very serious. You know, our thing is you have to be serious. Yes, and obviously in training you have to be serious all year round.
Yeah.
But really, the real seriousness is only for one night.
Of course.
You know, 36 minutes or less.
Yes.
So we've got 364 days to enjoy ourselves, to have humor, to laugh about things, laugh about people in our sport. But we don't want no one taking it personal.
No, of course not. Of course not.
It's not about that. So I'm just about that. I just feel that boxers don't have to have a stiff face and walk into the gym like Clubber Lang.
Yeah.
They don't need to have that look. Relax, take a cup of tea, let's enjoy ourselves. Because you know, when you step in the squared circle,
that's when it matters.
It ain't no joke.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. These fighters calling us out early on in their career, don't mess about with us. Because under them light is different. And you can tell that when you look at every single one of Anthony Yarde's opponents. When they're in the press conference, when they're at the weigh-in, they feel confident. And then when they get in the circle, the square circle, and they feel the first jab, the whole expression changes. And those that fights before were coming forward, all of a sudden start going backwards.
Let's also talk about, very quickly before you disappear, the video about the cup of tea.
Yes, my virgin, Asita Ayemi, Nigerian legend.
Okay, talk to me about it.
Well, you know, listen, it's funny, like, I've been watching, I'm Nigerian.
Yes.
You know, when I'm British, obviously I was born in Britain.
Yes.
Lived in Britain all my life.
Yes.
But I come from a Nigerian, both my parents are Nigerian.
Yes.
You know, so I have that heritage. I was brought up on poundage yam, jollof rice, gari, and the rest of it.
Yes.
So.
And fufu and rice?
Where?
Fufu and rice.
No, that's Ghanaian.
That's Ghanaian.
Don't get that twisted.
Okay, no fufu then.
So it's the same food, but it's just different names. So.
Okay, so like we got Irish moss and sea moss, and in Jamaica it's Irish moss, and in Trinidad it's sea moss.
It's like you got stew chicken and jerk chicken. It's a chicken.
Yeah.
It's just a chicken, curry chicken. The Indians curry chicken. It's just chicken, but yeah, and I grew up watching Aki and Popo videos. People still think they're children, but they're not children. They're actually adults, grown men. You know, university graduates.
Yes.
So all the jokes, they're completed. Actually, I think Osita, the one who here say a cup of tea, he's got a bachelor's in science technology.
Really?
So
wow.
These are educated people, you know. And as I say, that's what I'm trying to say. You can joke, you can smile, you can laugh in your life, but still be serious. They've made over 60 films, and they're a classic example of reaping what you sow later. Because it seems that now, if you look at a lot of the old movies, the budget, I can't imagine, the budget must have been really cheap.
Yeah.
You know, and people didn't know them. But now you know, towards the latter stages of their career, they're famous. They're worldwide. And I've done my job to make these guys famous as well. You know, I've had it now. Everybody's saying cup of tea, relax. If you go on Anthony's page, you know, you see people leaving comments, relax, take a cup of tea. And you hear me saying in interviews now. So again, if you help one, you help the all.
Absolutely.
I believe that. I believe that with all my heart. That's why I don't have no bad mind or no hatred in my heart for no one. Everyone's out here on a journey. We're all trying to be better, trying to better ourselves and trying to better our families. And it's all support. Because guess what? When all said and done, you're going to get what you deserve.
Absolutely. Tunde, I'm just going to give a quick shout out to Sporting Icons who's watching us.
Yes.
So if you give them a shout out quick.
You see it. Sporting Icon, dream it, believe it, become it. You can't lose.
Right, Tunde, we're going to have to call it a wrap for now.
Yes, sir. Good talking to you. And
as always, and we're going to have to do that. Sit down.
Yes, for sure.
On the old visual.
100%.
You and Mr. Yarde.
It's happening. We're ready, man. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We're here. So let's hook it up. Let's do it.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Right, everybody. Oh, can you give everybody a shout out to your Instagram page, Tunde, so people can see those videos?
Yeah, definitely. Well, the YouTube, the name is System 9 Boxing. So that's going to be all the social media across the Instagram, the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is where we're going to have the demonstration videos, which will all be tied into the app. There'll be weekly, monthly updates, articles. So you're going to have System 9 Boxing on across all social platforms. My personal one, Tunde Ajayi, the number 9, because 9, as I said, is very symbolic to me. That's my Instagram page. The company page is Stamina for Soul. Everybody knows. So you got Stamina, and that's across all borders. Stamina for Soul Twitter, Stamina for Soul Instagram, Stamina for Soul Facebook, and then you've got Mr. Anthony Yarde on all social platforms, and we're a team. So it's not complicated. Get
that boy to follow us back, please, because he still ain't following us back yet.
Anthony?
Yeah, he ain't following me back yet.
Anthony is very choosy. No, but I think now Anthony, I'm not even too sure if he's more. I don't know. Anthony's Anthony. If Anthony's gonna follow, see Anthony. The thing I love about Anthony is that he doesn't pretend.
Yeah.
You understand? And he's very focused, and that's why I say things just happen.
Yeah.
I met somebody.
Yeah.
I didn't go looking for somebody. The universe, God, Allah, Jesus Christ,
brought him to me.
Whatever you want to call it, serendipity brought us together.
Of course.
We work well as a team. We're similar, but we're different.
Yes.
So Anthony's always gonna do what Andy's gonna do. Nobody can let Andy. Nobody can tell, and I'm not gonna try to tell him to do what to do. I can just advise him.
Yep. And, of course.
He's done the right thing. He's listened to my advice.
Okay.
He trusts me, and then, but I will tell him. I tell him to shout you out, follow you, or whatever, because he would do it. He would do it. But he's focused. I'm gonna come.
I know I've met him once, but I've got to actually make the official thing happen. I haven't done it yet.
Oh yeah, for sure. But listen, we're ready to sit down with you, and it's gonna be great when it happens. So,
absolutely, we've had enough build up for it.
Yeah, for sure. And to all the boxing people out there, keep tuning into the number 1 BTM Smalls. Is that right? BTM.
BWTM.
BWTM. Keep locked in, locked on, giving you the exclusives. I don't know about nobody else. But as you heard today, BWTM got the exclusive before we got the exclusive. Before he got the exclusive before I got the exclusive.
There you go.
That's how exclusive BWTM is.
That's exclusive stuff, brother.
Yeah, so it's all good. I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you, chap.
Keep working hard, and you reap what you sow.
I remember one thing.
Yes, sir.
Lions in the camp.
You got it.
Take care, champ. All the best. Thanks again.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, cool.
Bye. So there you have it. Tunde Ajayi back with BWTM Sports. Breaking news. The System 9 boxing app is now official. Now, I know that System 9 has been around for at least 10 years, or 9 years. I know about it because I heard about it from back in the day when I first started out. I heard about Tunde Ajayi and all these all the pad work and all the different combinations. So it's exciting stuff, and I'm looking forward to seeing its success. That's it from BWTM. we are chasing a couple more interviews down. We have another exclusive coming up with a certain fighter who could be coming to the UK. We'll leave it as that. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you all once again for tuning in. Once again, BWTM Sports. We're out of here. Take care.